Hello and welcome back. Happy Easter. I hope you all had a really nice weekend. And this is the advanced percussion module for the week of April 13th. I'd like to go over a couple things before we get started. First of all, just as a reminder, please practice all this music with a metronome. Some of you are doing a really great job of that, and others could maybe improve. And so that just needs to be your best friend when you're practicing all this music. So Gate 34 is in this module again. We're adding a little bit of music in the musical section. We're going to get to the end of it probably next week, and I'd like to do a little video compilation of it. So if you could focus on kind of cleaning that, the cleaner it is, the easier it's going to be for me to go through and cut and paste those videos together so that we can have something really cool to showcase on the Fine Arts website. And show what you guys are doing. So anyway, we're going to get started with the technical section, and here we go. All right, so this is the 16th note grid. The main rule of this is keep the 16th notes as even as you can. It's a little bit of a challenge, particularly when you go up in tempo. I was playing it at 120 just then. But you can experiment, push yourself, try to go all the way up to 150 if you can. It's a great exercise to develop your chops. Keep the heights consistent. So you need to pick your accent height and pick your tap height. I'm not going to dictate for you what that's going to be, but pick something that you're comfortable with and that you can hear the difference clearly between the accents and the taps. Start slow so that you can focus on the different stroke types. And this is basically an accent tap exercise that we mix in single strokes with. And so if you break it down to really what each hand is doing, the right hand starting off is, it's playing downstroke, upstroke, downstroke, upstroke. And anytime you're alternating with accents on a particular hand, you're going to need to master those two stroke types in particular to really make this exercise flow the way that it needs to. So keeping those 16th notes even is really paramount. So start at a manageable tempo that you can play this and then gradually work your way up, and careful not to slam the accents. Okay, so I think that's it for this one. Let's move on to Gate 34. So here we are with Gate 34. As I mentioned before, I think I want to try to do a video compilation of this. And so it probably would be too difficult to put together 5 or 6 of you playing all at the same time. I don't think that's going to sound very good if we try to do it that way remotely. It's not the same as trying to play clean with somebody that's right next to you. But I think what we can do is something that I saw a friend of mine do in Austin, which is take the same piece of music and give it to a bunch of different people, and then you make a compilation where one person starts and the next person continues, and then you have this compilation of people basically playing the piece all the way through once with everybody, doing their little piece of it. So that's what I'd like to try to do with this one. So the main idea is keep all of the rhythms just as crisp as you can. Obviously stay in tempo. We do want to do this at 140, so get it to 140 as quickly as you can. But there's not really a whole lot new to talk about in this one. As a matter of fact, the newer music that we've added on to this is probably simpler than the music that we've had before. So instead of talking about specific things, what I'd like to do this time is just play it for you at kind of a slow practice tempo, and then play it for you again at 140 up to where we're stopping this week, and kind of give you somebody to play along with. And so you can put your headphones on and practice along with this video, and that'll help keep you on track with the rhythms and the dynamics and so forth. So anyway, so here's the slow tempo and the fast tempo version of Gate 34. Okay, this is 110 beats per minute, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now let's try it at performance tempo. This is 140 beats per minute, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So finally, let's look at this sight reading example. I have left the title off on purpose. I'm not going to play it for you. I think you'll recognize the tune. But first of all, let's look at the key signature. We've got one flat in the key signature, and that either means F major or D minor. And since it ends on an F, I think you can bet pretty well that it is in F major. The tempo marking is 130, but more importantly, right after that, it says swung. So these are not straight eighth notes. Instead of counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, we're counting 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a. And those you should pay particular attention to once we get into some of the trickier rhythms in measure 5 and 6. And I want to look at some of those rhythms. I don't want the ties to throw you off. Basically, all the tie means is that you hold the first note through the duration of the second note, and that's all that means. So I'm not going to play this for you, but I do want to count it, and I'll just start from the beginning, and you can count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. 2, 3, 1, 4. 2, 3, 1, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, 3. So that's the rhythm. I think you'll smile when you get the notes put in there. I hope you enjoy playing it. And that's all for this week. Let me know if you have questions, and I'm looking forward to seeing your assignments. Thanks, guys.